We're having a comfortable Zone 2 day today. Actually, turns out an old boss of mine and a friend of mine, Pete Dadson's in the ride with me today. You'll see him pop up in the Zwifters nearby as P. Dadson. Pete was my senior scientist when I started my medical science degree, 15 years ago now. I'm pretty certain he's enjoying the retired life now. He's part of the Northern District Cycling Club in Northern Tasmania, which, if you're not from Australia, is that tiny little island down south that often gets left off the map of Australia. Beautiful part of the world. But Pete is a very accomplished cyclist. Pretty certain that he's got I know he's medalled at a Masters Games in track cycling, which, if you've ever tried the discipline, is no mean feat. Particularly seeing that when you're in the over 50s category, there's a lot of old strong guys in that division. So I'm just going to respond to Lamble. Okay, we'll have to get a Bluetooth keyboard after all. It's a little bit hard trying to respond to you guys up to my right hand side. How are we going? Oh no, we've got a lot on Coco, we can settle down. I wonder if I've got a limiter on. That might actually be worth checking. I'm currently using that phone as my camera. I didn't want to invest in a high-end webcam. I wanted to see whether it was worth doing this to start with, which is turning out it is. Keeps my head in a positive space, can talk some nonsense, have people come in and out as they like. Oh. But, I mean, I could actually get some stream up, which would be delightful. I actually think this camera works pretty well. Using my S23 Ultra as the camera, using the, probably see the little thing, there we go, there, IV cam, free version, that's why it's still there, doesn't really bother me all that much. An IV cam if you're watching, happy to be an advocate. How we going? We've let Coco come back up. What are we sitting at? Just outside Zone 2. That's not too bad. Heart rate's in a good place. We're comfortable. Alright. You know what? I'm at the top of this climb. I'm going to roll off for a minute. I'm actually going to check to see whether I do have a limiter on. Because if I do, I'm probably going to scream. And I don't want to be online for that. So, save this place. I will be back. As I said, we'll get to the top of this climb first. I think we've got a bit. Oh no, we lost Pete. Pete's off the back. Ah, ah, now that I find dirty. The ones that do a coffee break while you're riding up a hill. That's just not cricket. Alright. Steady pace. Up and over. Here we go. There we are. Alright. I need to throw a fan on here in a minute. I'm enjoying the heat though. It's nice to actually have some feeling back into my fingers. Alright. Alright. Alright guys. Bear with me. I'll be right back. I'm just going to check my phone. See if I've actually got a limiter on this. And try and fix this stream connection manually. Because Optus isn't helping. Alright guys. Back shortly. Alright. Hey Lamble, thanks for sticking around, mate. Look, it doesn't seem to have made any difference at all, which is a touch frustrating. Seemingly no limiter settings. I'm still just stuck in a state where I must be running at less than 1 megabyte a second to upload, so I apologise profusely. Alright. So we will just keep going as best we can. I'm just trying to get the companion app back up and running, so I can join back up with that bunch. Because they're a long way ahead of me now. Best laid intentions, right? You just want something to work, do what it's supposed to, and it can't be trusted. And seemingly, okay, that's connected to the right one. Alright. I know my own companion app doesn't want to join back up. Alright. We'll do that this way then. Let's go. Oh. Ah. Fan. Let's do that. Yes. No. It needs to be there. Whoa. Okay. I've been sweating a bit too long. It in here is obviously cooler than I thought it was. Alright. Back on we go. Oh, that's annoying. Not to self. Don't let off. That would be do that. I'm getting some high numbers on that. Yeah, no, here we go. That's better. There we go, it's up and down. Alright. I don't even think OBS knows what's going on. I'm getting 1,000 kilobyte a second readouts occasionally. Seems to be up and down. Yeah, 2,500. Back to 200. I don't think it knows what's going on. Yeah, and the Zwift companion is not working, so we're just going to fob that off. Because it's not really worth the effort. Alright. I have a semi-stable connection back. I'm just going to stop talking about the connection because it just seems to keep screwing up every time I bring it up. So, that's alright. I actually monitor. Alright. Well, welcome. Did somebody else join? Look, before you say it, yes, I know we're having some connection issues. Lambo, your patience is very much appreciated. You're an absolute saint, my friend. For sticking by me through these terrible frame rates. Appreciate it. Also, the person that just joined, welcome. Please feel free to join us in the chat. Just here for a pretty casual Zone 2 day today. Just rolling around. If you want to find out what I'm doing for the rest of the week, it's available on my stream page, Twitch page. I'm still learning all the lingo here, guys. This is my fourth time on here. But tomorrow's race day for me. We've been doing the Zwift Racing monthly racing season. We finished off June's French series last week with a terrible effort on the Champs-Élysées. But we live and we learn. I knew that was going to be a hard race, and it was. I'm trying to get my legs up to B grade standard. Because I got upped from C grade during the Zwift Racing League Summer Series, where we actually had a really good campaign and we were setting up really well, but unlike the other series that have been run, they did not have the rule of two in place. Okay, a bad Star Wars reference, but basically in the normal series, as long as you've done 2 races with a team and they've been under the threshold, you go over the threshold before the end of the series, you can keep racing. Unfortunately, I didn't have that in place for the summer series. So it meant that I had a great race in race 3. It was 20 minutes off the front, solo breakaway, doing all those dream cycling things. And my power was too much. I was too fit for the rest of them. Ended up finishing, I think it was second on the stage. My best result in a long time. But yeah, my watts per kilo was too much. So they bumped me up for B for the last race of the season. I got my legs absolutely torn off. And have subsequently been since. So, we are here chronicling my return to B grade and the ups and downs that go along with that. Let's see. Actually just setting up my Twitch on my phone so that I can actually see when you guys send me messages. Alright. Not see my chat. That's going to be a very good question. Yes, there we go. Alright. I can actually see what's going on now. Oh. Not sure who's new, who's not, whether you're a cyclist or not. Feel free to chime in, tell me a bit about yourself. And look, if you're putting up with this stream with the bad connection, I really appreciate it. But if you're enjoying my chat, my utter nonsense, please, would love a follow, put me on. I'm here, try to be here 2 to 3 times a week. Schedule's up on screen. We'll be racing at 3 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, Australian time. I'll back that now. Trying to see if the fitness in B grade is getting any better. We definitely had an off week last week. I did not feel good. And also I'm going to assume that if you're here at this time, you're either not in the Australian time zone, and so 3 p.m. Australian time tomorrow is not going to be doable. But that's fine. I do occasionally do the odd Saturday and Sunday ride Australian time, depending on what the weather's like here. I normally try and get an IRL race in over the weekends. Which happened on Saturday. Which, to be honest, I'm starting to realise why I don't like inline. I'm starting to prefer riding and racing on Zwift, because I don't have to worry about people that can't handle a bike. Because my avatar will just ride straight through them. I am waiting for the crash mechanics to come into Zwift. That'll be a lot of fun. And no, that's not actually happening. As far as I know, maybe I'm ahead of the developers. Who knows? Maybe I've just leaked something that they're holding on to. But I remember a April Fool's joke a few years back where that was going to be one of the things that came in. Also, the dating app wasn't a bad idea. Like-minded people on bikes. I like that one. They, look, their marketing team's got some fun ideas. I always appreciate a good joke, especially on April Fool's Day. You got to come in strong. Alright. Well, we're coming up to the hour mark. I'm going to consider doing some efforts. So, we've got 2 of you here. So I'm going to put it to you guys. Are we doing sprint intervals? 3 rounds of 5? Or are we doing steady state? Sprints will be 30 on, 30 off. And steady state will be 7 or 8 minutes at 250. So, give us a vote as to what you want. I'll put it in the chat. I'll give you till 55. You've got 11 minutes, or just over 10 minutes, to give me a vote. And if it's a tie, and yes, I realise how absurd this is, there is only 2 of you in the room. But I will be the tiebreaker, because I know what I want to do, but I'm not letting you guys know that. So, if you both go the same way, then I'm stuck doing that. If you split the vote, I'm the decider. So, what's it going to be? Sprints or steady state? Ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I am going to be introducing these on most of my training rides. Because God knows I hate doing workouts on the bike. I love just getting out and riding. But if the plan is to become a better B grade rider, I've got to do some workouts. So, get your votes in. You got 9 minutes to do so. Otherwise, mine's the only vote that counts. And no one wants that. Oop. That clearly isn't optimized for my phone. I'm running an old Samsung S9 as my companion app screen. And running the stream manager on there is yeah, it's definitely not optimized for it. I'll show you my 2 sleeping puppy dogs that are in the corner, but I can't reach my camera. They are very cute. You check out my social links, they're on the right hand side of your screen. You'll see photos of them. I'm pretty sure on both of them actually. The Sam_Liddell_ is my professional page. I'm an actor in another life. I mean, that's why I'm here talking nonsense. I like the sound of my own voice apparently. But that's got all my acting stuff, things that I've done, things that I'm doing, things in the works, things that I want to be doing. And Psych and Scientist, well, that's my personal one. That's got kind of the everyday life stuff, the lab work, the bike, mainly the bike, the dogs, holidays, whole mix of things. So feel free to check it out, give us a follow, see what I'm up to in the real life, not just on the bike, or on the stage, or the screen, or the voiceover box, whatever format I'm into on the week. It's my ADHD brain is terrible. But yeah guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate your patronage. through my poor connection, poor audio. I was saying at the start that I'm still working out how to do this. Everything's new, trying everything out. I was running some compressors, some noise cancellers to try and get the audio nice. Couldn't get it that way. Lost too much audio. So I've put a Reaper plug-in through the system. It's knocked out all the background noise really nicely. I must say, I don't have, well, I didn't when I tested it anyway, any of the trainer noise or any of the fan noise. So hopefully that's still continued. But I know that it's cutting off my words. So I'm trying to stay as close to the microphone as possible without it actually being in shot. So I think we're doing alright with. We'll say, I actually picked up a new Kicker core. I've had a Gen 1 or V1, whatever you call it, for probably the last 5 to 6 years, and it was an absolute beautiful workhorse. Really was. But the amount of time I'm spending on this thing, for longevity's purposes, upgrading seemed to be the best option. And so we got a really good deal on the Kicker core. It's a little over 700 Australian dollars. Didn't come with cassette, so we sorted that out. That was fine. That's no big issue. But we're up and running on the new Kicker core. But what I will say is that I'm noticing a bit more resistance with the Kicker core than what I was with the Gen 1. I'm wondering if that's the settings I had set up for it. But also, I know the V1 didn't have the same responsiveness with the climbs as what these newer gen kickers do. And so, I'm wondering if maybe that's the reason why I'm feeling a lot more resistance in this. It's giving me more road feel to what I'm used to, which is good. I'm all for it all feeling more like I'm out on the road, getting more out of the ride when I'm inside on a trainer, because God knows we're going to get that anyway. But yeah, this has been an enjoyable change. It seems quieter. I'm a little bit worried about the noise I'm getting out of the hub. I actually think it's just the chain and the group set. And if that's the case, we'll live with that, because we are going to look at getting a Zwift hub. I just realised I need to put a subscribe button on this. I don't actually have one. That would make your life so much easier, wouldn't it? Give you no excuse that way either. I've got a cool little animation that comes up there, it does it too. Well, I think it's cool. It's probably lame to you guys, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Alright. Well, we're coming up to 5 minutes before we start our workout. We've got 2 more minutes. We'll keep rolling for a bit. I am going to have to go use the little boys' room. Before we do that, shout out to Tandem Co. Been working with these guys now since 2019. Brisbane institution, Great race team, great bunch of guys. I do still go by Futuro Pro Cycling on Instagram if you want to check them out. We're a developmental NRS team here in Australia. A few fantastic riders in our squad this year. We haven't had the opportunities we've had in past years because of changes to racing here in Queensland. I mean, I think it's the same everywhere, I think. Just cost is a huge factor in having anything go. So we haven't had the Queensland Road Team Series that we normally have, which is 4 weekends over the course of this back end of the year, where we get to go out and race. I get to ride around in the car, support the boys. It's a great time. I don't actually race, not fit enough. Though I would have loved a chance to have a crack at Masters this year, but that didn't happen. So we're here instead. So you get my presents instead of out on the road. We've got a few manual thumbs up, just because. Share some love, because we're getting some as well. Alright, give me 2 minutes, guys. We got a little boys' room. And in that 4.5 minutes that's left, give me a vote. Tell me what you want me to do. Sprints or steady state? I'm not going to lie, I did actually expect that clock to keep running. Forgot it stopped.